At the end of the day, you can be smart, you can have a lot of money, etc. But if you don't know how to work hard and you don't have the ability to be resilient in tough times, you won't be able to pivot and try new things because you don't have the gumption or the ability to say, like, I'm going to push through. Like, tomorrow someone says, the price of cotton has gone up by 1,000%. And you say, I have to shut down my stock business. No, do I really have to shut down my stock business? Do I just go to someone who doesn't realize it's gone out yet and buy out the entire cotton supply? I mean, there are multiple things that you can do, right, to do that. You have to be smart enough to say, okay, I really cannot do anything else. I should shut this down and then, live to fight another day rather than die and not be able to do something else. But I think people underestimate the value of hard work.
Yeah.
People always think things are easy and they just give up.
So you're walking to a lecture hall in SMU, both give a lecture to SMU or whichever polytechnic or whatever. What's the advice in that on that front, right? Like in terms of what they should do, especially today when work life is going to change, AI is going to completely change how we do things, for example. It's going to get challenging. What's your advice in terms of how do you adapt? And
it's a graduation speech.
Quiet quitting. I mean, we're not going to talk about it from
I'm
a
with
speech,
you on work hard, Ben. But what do you say to these guys?
I mean, I was reading this or watching this documentary about how, in China, they're starting to do these retirement villages for young people, right? Where essentially they're 20 or 30 and they're like, I don't want to live in the big cities. I just want to retire and I just want to live in this commune and then we all support one another and farm and all that. And I think there's nothing wrong with that. You need to take the time to figure out what you want to do in life. The definitions for success for all of us for far too long has been get a good white-collar job, make good money, BTO, buy a condo, get a car, pop out 2 or 3 kids and die, right? I mean, that's the current. It's still the same thing to this day. But, I mean, maybe I'll take one more step back. I don't know your circumstance. I don't know whether you've come from a rich or a poor family. I don't know whether you have $1 million to your name or whether you worked your way to SMU because you lived in a rental HDB, but you did a really good job. Worked really hard and you did that.